my loves, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Joy, and guys, with covering everything that happened with President Trump this weekend, there were a couple things that I wasn't even able to put out, and it's about Biden. Guys, even when he was doing the press conferences, he made so many gaffes. And it's hysterical because he actually endorsed Trump and didn't realize it. So we're just gonna jump in and I'm gonna show you everything I found. But before we do, guys, if you like content like this, make sure and subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when I upload. Also, guys, do this with me. Sound off in the comments. Do you hear what I'm hearing? Do you see other things that I don't? And also like the video, everything helps. Here we go. So the first one I want to do is the latest one. This is from the Oval Office. This one is probably my favorite. This is the one from yesterday where he actually addressed the nation. Even with a teleprompter, he can't get it right. Take a look at this.
My fellow Americans, I want to speak to you tonight about the need for us to lower the temperature in our politics. And to remember, while we may disagree, we are not enemies. We're neighbors. We're friends. Co-workers, citizens, and most importantly, we're our fellow Americans.
I would love that, except the left are the ones that are calling for all the violence. And I love that it's just being left out, and now all of a sudden, all these people on the left are like, oh, we don't condone this. No, you guys have been pushing this. You have been pushing this. Hollywood has been pushing this. Everybody has been pushing that if you're on the left and things are going the way you don't like, totally okay to be reactive. You know, I really do think a lot of the mental health issues going on with the younger generations are that they weren't taught at all any self-control when it comes to their emotions. Now, in saying that, I'm not fully blaming them. That comes from bad parenting. But then again, we have a whole generation of kids that's completely screwed up. Their hormones are completely screwed up, and their bodies, from the food they're eating that's being poisoned, the water, the air, and on top of that, with all the stuff they're having pushed on them, either birth controls or the stuff about trans ideology and going through all that, their hormones are a mess. It is going to affect your mental health. So I just wanted to throw that out there. It just really bothers me. I'm calling for unity. You guys are the ones who've been calling for not that repeatedly.
We must stand together. Yesterday's shooting at Donald Trump's rally in Pennsylvania calls on all of us to take a step back. Take stock of where we are.
You guys should.
How we go forward from here. Thankfully, former Trump is not seriously injured.
Did you hear it? Thankfully, former Trump is not seriously injured. Former Trump. The man formerly known as Donald Trump. Former Trump. Remember, he's got a prompter and he still can't get it right.
I spoke with him last night. I'm grateful. He's doing well, and Jill and I keep him and his family in our prayers. We also extend our deepest condolences to the family of the victims who was killed. Corey was a husband, a father, a volunteer firefighter, a hero, sheltering his family from those bullets. We should all hold his family and all those injured in our prayers.
Trump authorized a GoFundMe that has raised, I know it's well over $1 million for the victims of the family. This is nice lip service. Are you guys going to actually do anything for them? Are you going to actually rally around and go help them or give them any money, or are we just talking? Also, is it just me, or does he always sound drunk? Like every time I hear him, this poor man sounds drunk. Just can't stop slurring everything. Good Lord.
Earlier today, I spoke
today. What is today?
About an ongoing investigation. We do not know the motive of the shooter yet. We don't know his opinions or affiliations. We don't know whether he had help or support, or if he communicated with anyone else. Law enforcement professionals, as I speak, are investigating those questions. Tonight, I want to speak to what we do know. A former president was shot, an American citizen killed, while simply exercising his freedom to support the candidate of his choosing.
Yep.
We cannot, we must not go down this road in America. We've traveled it before throughout our history. Violence has never been the answer. Whether it's with members of Congress of both parties being targeted and shot, or a violent mob attacking the Capitol on January 6th, or a brutal attack on the spouse of former Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi.
However, it's totally okay If you have an organization called BLM, to riot as much as you want, to actually take over parts of the city of Seattle, rename it Jazz, and then go about doing crime and let women have people force themselves on them intimately and they won't allow cops in there to help. That is totally okay, says the left. Because those people, apparently, minorities, get to act that way because bad things happened to them a long time ago, yet we're not going to actually give them either reparations or help our country out of poverty. No, we wouldn't actually ever dream of helping minorities out of poverty that we might have put them in, or the poor whites. Do you love it? I love it. I love the hypocrisy of this.
Or information and intimidation on election officials, or the kidnapping plot against the sitting governor, or an attempted assassination on Donald Trump. There is no place in America for this kind of violence, or for any violence ever.
The violence they created. They created it. They have it's so funny. We won't allow this. That's all you guys have done the last, 15 years? The last 15 years. That's why all the liberal cities are awful. You won't call for that, but you've made crime so allowed that the liberal cities don't really have hardly any big businesses anymore. They're all running because crime is running rampant. And sometimes they get violent. But no violence.
Period. No exceptions. We can't allow this violence to be normalized. The political record in this country has gotten very heated. It's time to cool it down.
You heated it.
We all have a responsibility to do that. Yes, we have deeply felt strong disagreements. The stakes in this election are enormously high. I've said it many times that the choice in this election we make in this election is going to shape the future of America and the world for decades to come. I believe that with all my soul. I know that millions of my fellow Americans believe it as well. And some have a different view.
He can't get through anything without coughing. You guys have seen me be like, cough number 1, number 2, number 3. I know he had a cold a while ago, and sometimes it takes it a while to go away. But the raspy voice, all this can also be indicative of these cognitive issues we keep talking about.
Direction our country should take. Disagreement is inevitable in American democracy. It's part of human nature. But politics must never be a literal battlefield, or God forbid, a killing field. I believe politics ought to be an arena for peaceful debate, to pursue justice, to make decisions guided by the Declaration of Independence and our Constitution. We stand for an America, not of extremism and fury, but of decency and grace. All of us now face the time of testing as the election approaches. And the higher the stakes, the more fervent the passions become. This places an added burden on each of us to ensure that no matter how strong our convictions, we must never descend into violence. The Republican convention will start tomorrow. I have no doubt they'll criticize my record and offer their own vision for this country. I'll be traveling this week making the case for our record and the vision, my vision of the country, our vision.
My country, the vision, our country, our vision. He's reading off a prompter. And have you guys noticed the hands will go up still awkwardly and he'll start to shake? I point this out not to make fun of him, to say we need to get him medical help. He needs help. He needs help, and this is mean. And I just feel like this whole assassination, I think there were several levels of why this happened and why this was allowed to be orchestrated and go on. But a lot of it was to take the heat off of what we're seeing with him, to take that heat off of him and put it on something else. But the man is still deteriorating in front of our face, and we're still seeing medical kidnapping and elder abuse.
I'll continue to speak out strongly for our democracy, stand up for our Constitution,
Our democracy?
and the rule of law, to call for action at the ballot box, no violence on our
To call for action at the battle box. To call for action at the battle box.
streets. That's how democracy should work. We debate and disagree. We compare and contrast the character of the candidates, the records, the issues, the agenda, the vision for America. But in America, we resolve our differences at the battle box.
Resolve our differences at the battle box. Guys, he's called arms. Everybody, go and make sure when you have an issue, you take it to the battle box.
That's how we do it, at the battle box, not with bullets. The power to change America should always rest in the hands of the people, not in the hands of a would-be assassin. You know, the path forward through competing visions of the campaign should always be resolved peacefully, not through acts of violence. You know, we're blessed to live in the greatest country on earth, and I believe that with every soul, every power of my being.
I believe it with every soul. I believe it with every soul.
So tonight, I'm asking every American to recommit, to make America, think about it.
Did you hear him? To make America, so he almost said to make America great again. He is literally using Trump's rhetoric. He almost said to make America great again. Didn't he the other day when Trump called him out about the fact that he said his vice president was Trump and they said, what are your thoughts? He said, listen to him. So he wants us to listen to Trump and now he's telling us we need to make America great again. I love him.
What's made America so special? Here in America, everyone must be treated with dignity and respect, and hate must have no safe harbor. Here in America, we need to get out of our silos where we only listen to those with whom we agree, where misinformation is rampant, where foreign actors fan the flames of our division to shape the outcomes consistent with their interests, not ours.
What's going on with the hands?
Let's remember, here in America, while unity is the most elusive of all goals right now, nothing is more
Elusive of gall goals. The elusive of gall goals.
more important for us now than standing together. We can do this. You know, from the beginning, our founders understood the power of passion. So they created a democracy that gave reason and balance a chance to prevail over brute force. That's the American we must be. An American democracy where arguments are made in good faith. An American democracy where the rule of law is respected. An American democracy where decency, dignity, fair play aren't just quaint notions, but living, breathing realities. We owe that to those who come before us, to those who gave their lives for this country. We owe that to ourselves.
He looks, even as you can see, even as he's reading the prompter, he looks lost. He looks lost to me.
We owe it to our children and our grandchildren. Look, let's never lose sight of who we are. Let's remember we are the United States of America. There is nothing beyond our capacity when we do it together. God bless you all, and may God protect our troops.
So that's the first one, guys. I mean, lots of classic ones. I'm just grateful that he's now endorsing Trump. I love that he's endorsing Trump, and I don't think he has any idea that he's doing it. But remember, guys, we are a nation that the left is tolerant, and when they have issues, we're going to take it to that battle box. All right, guys, now I want to shift over, and I want to go to the first one that he did, which is like 3 minutes long. It's like 3 minutes long, so you would think he wouldn't mess this one up, but you would be wrong. Check this out.
Last night, I spoke with Donald Trump. I'm sincerely grateful that he's doing well and recovering, and we had a short but good conversation. Jill and
I'm going to go ahead and say it again. He sounds more drunk in this one. He sounds more drunk in this one.
I are keeping him and his family in our prayers. We also extend our deepest condolences to the family of the victim who was killed. He was a father. He was protecting his family from the bullets that were being fired, and he lost his life. God love him. We're also praying for the full recovery of those who were injured, and we're grateful to the Secret Service agents and other law enforcement agencies and individuals who risked their lives literally for our nation. As I said last night, there is no place in America for this kind of violence, or any violence for that matter. An assassination attempt is contrary to everything we stand for as a nation, everything. It's not who we are as a nation. It's not America. And we cannot allow this to happen. Unity is the most elusive goal of all, but nothing is important than that right now, unity.
Nothing is important in that right now. Nothing is important in unity.
We'll debate and we'll disagree. That's not going to change, but we're going to not lose sight of the fact who we are as Americans.
Pretty sure he has a teleprompter, and we still can't get the sentences out. We still are struggling.
Look, Vice President Harris and I were just briefed in the Situation Room by my Homeland Security team. including the Director of the FBI, the Secretary of Homeland Security, the Attorney General, the Director of the Secret Service, my Homeland Security Advisor, the National Security Advisor, and we're going to continue to be briefed. The FBI is leading this investigation, which is still in its early stages. We don't yet have any information about the motive of the shooter. We know who he is. I urge everyone, please, don't make assumptions about his motives or his affiliations. Let the FBI do their job and their partner agencies do their job.
Unfortunately, we can't trust the DOJ, the FBI, the CIA. We can't trust any of these organizations to actually do much of anything. And it's not because I don't want to believe in our officials and our law enforcement, and I'm not saying there aren't good people there, but the people at the top that control these things, these are horrific, evil people that don't care about the American public, who've been keeping all kinds of things from us, all these suppressed technologies, med beds so we can all be healthy, technologies so we can manifest everything we want, we need, and also being an intergalactic civilization. They're the ones that are shutting the door from allowing positive ETs to come and interact with us. So no, we don't see any of this as a positive, that they are in control. For instance, the Secret Service was supposed to be in control of helping Trump. Although Biden, you and the head of the Secret Service, Kim Cheadle, as well as your January 6th panel, are trying to make it so that Trump wasn't going to have any access and kept denying him access to getting more help, even trying to revoke it by saying felons don't get Secret Service. It's so interesting.
I'm instructed that this investigation be thorough and swift, and the investigators will have every resource they need to get this done. Look, as this investigation continues, here's what we're going to do. First, Mr. Trump, as a former president and nominee of the Republican Party, already receives a heightened level of security. And I've been consistent in my direction to the Secret Service to provide him with every resource, capability, and protective measure necessary to ensure his continued safety.
Nope, because Kim denied it. Kim denied it when he asked for more, and you guys with January 6th, you guys have tried everything to say that because he's a felon, now we're revoking it. So I just want you guys to know this is complete gaslighting and complete lies he's saying.
Second, I've directed the head of the Secret Service to review all security measures for the Republican National Convention, which is scheduled to start tomorrow. And third, I've directed an independent review of the national security at yesterday's rally to assess exactly what happened. And we'll share the results of that independent review with the American people as well. And finally, I'll be speaking more about this tonight at greater length from the Oval Office. We must unite as one nation. We must unite as one nation to demonstrate who we are. And so may God bless you all, and may God protect our troops. Thank you very much.
Couldn't get through 3 minutes on a teleprompter. Not even 3. But it gets better. Here's a few that we also missed. This is from Mr. Burgundy, the channel. Hysterical. I've talked about them before. Go run and subscribe. Always finds funny things.
Oh, really?
He's filed bankruptcy 6 times. He even went bankrupt running a casino.
I can see them.
I've heard that one before.
The UAW's been expanding its reach to workers in auto plants and from auto plants to casinos.
You're a bumbling, inept fool.
Folks,
That nose. Guys, by the end of this, I'm gonna will it. I want to see him just lose all consciousness and just get up there and dig for as much gold as he can.
I'm the nominee. I'm the nominee of this party because 14 million Democrats like you voted for me in the primaries. In fact, what's been true in the auto industry is true all over America. Since I became president.
How does it happen, Joe?
He's unhinged. He snapped. And he refuses this time around. Refuses this time around.
Flashback.
Because he refused to embrace him wearing a mask. How many times on television see him make fun of Biden wearing a mask? because he refuses.
End of flashback.
We must unite as one nation. We must unite as one nation to demonstrate who we are. Unity is the most elusive goal of all, but nothing is important than that right now, unity.
I don't believe you.
We also extend our deepest condolences to the family of the victim who was killed. He was a father. He was protecting his family from the bullets that were being fired, and he lost his life. God love him. We're also praying for the full recovery of those who were injured.
We've heard that from you before.
Violence doesn't reflect who her son is, and the nation needs healing, and said she's praying for the police officers.
So guys, that's what we missed, and I just want to continue to put a little heat on this situation, because even though what happened with Trump is awful and it deserves attention, and he is amazing for how he handled it and what he did, the strength he showed, especially to the American people and the people that follow him, and we're grateful for that, we want to keep in mind things aren't done with Biden. He is still malfunctioning in front of our eyes, and heat needs to be put on him, because I swear, I'm one of those people where I'm like, I'm not saying coincidences don't completely exist. I'm just saying there are too many things that don't look right for me to say, what's going on here? Was this intentional, what happened with Trump? And how far does the other side go with possible involvement? I'm not saying that's the case. I'm saying things look just a little too weird, and I don't trust it. And I think that there were probably multiple layers of why it happened. And I think one was to get the heat off of Biden and how stupid he's acting and how dumb he looks. So I want to keep the heat on him. I don't know, did you guys see anything that I missed? What did you guys see? Tell me your thoughts, guys. Let me know in the comments. Also, if you like content like this, make sure and subscribe, hit that notification bell, give me a like. That just personally helps me be able to spread the content. And yeah, so until the next video, and you know there'll be more, I'm giving y'all hugs. Mwah. Kisses, stay safe. Thank you for being here. I'll see you soon.